What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. This weekend is going to be one vlog in and of itself because there's a couple of exciting things happening. Number one is I'm going to be talking about whether or not I purchased the right car. Now, I've tried to film this video loads of times and I've never seemed to get the format quite right, and I think this time should be perfect. So we're going to discuss whether, for the amount of money it cost, the Nissan GTR was the right vehicle to buy as my sort of exotic car this year. It's the one that I was going to be completely spending all of my money on and enjoying every second of it. Now, I had a lot of other options that I was thinking of, and actually for you guys to interact with this video, you can actually comment, or actually go on the link in the description below, and there'll be a survey so you can vote for which car you think I should have bought out of the list. But I'm going to be discussing which cars I was thinking about, why I was thinking about them, and ultimately why I decided to go with the DBA R35 Nissan GTR. In addition to that, tomorrow my friend Toby is picking up a Caterham 7, so we'll be heading down with him in the GTR, all the way up past London to pick it up, so it's quite a long way, but it should be a pretty exciting trip, and I'll find out whether I fit in a Caterham, because I'm not sure they're really designed for people of my stature, but I'll find out whether or not I fit in a Caterham, as well as should have a pretty good time in general, really, going to collect a car. It's a cool thing to do. It's an old one, but it's one that's only used as a track car and just registered, and looks very cool indeed. But without further ado, let's start the beast up, take it on a drive, go and get some coffee with Beth, discuss what car I think I should have got, or whether I bought the right car this year. So guys, as we've got Beth's professional opinion of all the cars I could have bought for the same amount of money, if not slightly less, with the awesome shot of the top tenth of the car in the shot in the background, which is great. What do you think? Loving it. We are going to discuss from the survey that I created on SurveyMonkey, which you guys can interact with in the description below. You can click on that link and vote for which car you think I should have bought. Or you can vote for GTR. The GTR's at the top of the list, so you think if I made the right choice, you are more than welcome to vote for the GTR. The options are as follows: 2012 to 2014, aka 2013 R35 DBA GTR, 2.7 to 60, the most expensive on the list in terms of running costs, and the most impractical on the list in terms of daily driving. I think probably the worst option, really, but that is what I went for in the end, by completely stretching my budget myself. You know, my relationship with Beth, that she's very annoyed with the whole decision, and everything else really was just stretched to the nines to obtain the R35. But that is the top of the list. The reason I bought that, purely for performance reasons. One of the fastest cars around the Nürburgring, less than 3 seconds 0 to 60, which is unlike any other car on the list. And I just think the V6 and the GTR sound amazing. They've got a lot of road presence, and they've got so much recognition in the community as being Godzilla and being the supercar killer. And it's just a sick car. So that was option number one. Option number two, Ford Mustang GT, 5 litre V8, about half the price of that. Ford parts, the running costs aren't astronomical apart from petrol really, and maybe some brake parts. But overall, I think that would have been a pretty sensible car. I could have really dailied that. I'd have got it as a manual as well instead of an automatic. But I didn't end up getting a Mustang. What's your opinion on the new Mustangs? Probably 2016-ish, so not the brand new facelift, but the really relatively new ones from a couple of years back.
Yes, I know exactly what that's talking about.
How big's the V8 in them? There you go, so that's better.
5 litre.
Yes. How many cylinders has the V8 got?
14.
Anyway, so that was the Mustang GT, but I didn't go for them because rear wheel drive, straight line speed's not great, and I think in terms of the interior, they're even worse than the GTR.
Yeah, they look a bit cheap.
Yeah, they're not that premium, and I don't think I'd feel that special cruising around one of them, where I feel like getting in that's a bit more of an event.
You never see a GTR, do you?
You never see GTRs, but there's loads of Mustangs everywhere, especially now. They seem to have like sprouted out everywhere around this area. Other car, Jaguar F-Type V6. Now the reason I wouldn't have gotten a V8 is probably mainly for insurance purposes, and in addition the V6 sounds really good. There's nothing wrong with the V6 Jaguar F-Type, and I think they're pretty cool. The only thing that put me off the F-Type, again, rear wheel drive, performance isn't that great, and I've seen a lot of them around here. They're a bit too classy, and I didn't think suited my yobby aesthetic that I go for really, did they? R8 V8, 2007-2010. Running costs would have been cheaper. They got a much nicer stance. I think the GTR, they look more supercar-y. Of course, the engine's mounted in the rear. Obviously they've got the Quattro system, and you can get them some manual, because apparently the R-tronic gearboxes in those is a bit crap. So I would have got it some manual, and the manual ones do look cool. But from my original experience, I wanted something with flappy paddles because I'd never owned double clutch automatic before, and I really wanted to try an automatic vehicle. Admittedly, jumping in with the GTR with one of the most advanced double clutches in the game is probably jumping in at the deep end. And it was quite funny at the dealership when I was like, right, so how do you drive an automatic? And I was sat in a GTR, and the little 20-year-old trying to sell it to me looked at me like I was asked him the weirdest question on the planet, which was quite funny, really. But yeah, I wanted to try an automatic, and apparently the automatic R8s, the old ones, were a bit crap, so that ruled them out a bit. And I just don't think they quite have the sort of road presence anymore. They used to in the day, but I just think, well, I wanted to drive by now, and I don't think
they
they're
look dated.
Yeah, they haven't aged well. Well, the GTR looks retro, doesn't it? It looks a bit retro, but it looks like intentionally retro. It doesn't look old. It looks like a new car with an intentional retro aesthetic, where the R8s just look dated, don't they?
The R8s look a bit like a TT.
Yeah, like an old TT as well. They don't even look like the new ones, I don't think. So yeah, R8 not really something I think's quite special enough. And I never see GTRs around here. Again, I've seen like 3 R8s today, but I haven't seen another GTR. So TTRS, of course, I've had the TT for 2 years now, and I think the TTRS would have been a good option. They sound cool, the interior's more refined, they look nice, they've got a dedicated rear spoiler. I like the TTRS, but the only thing that put me off the TTRS was the possibility of depreciation. Now, while this thing costs 3 times as much to run, I reckon, it's not going to depreciate. In turn, I think it's probably going to cost me about the same in depreciation in the TTRS as the running costs and that are going to cost me. And I don't think most people are aware of how powerful the TTRS is. Unless you're really into cars and you know the reviews you've seen of them, the TTRS hasn't got the road presence, and people don't know what a quick and fantastic little car it is. And I think because of that, I wanted something that had a bit more presence and a bit more sort of impact, and I think Godzilla fitted the bill much better. Mercedes A45 AMG, 4.2 seconds to 60, but it's a hot hatch. Don't think they look like they cost as much as they do. They don't look like they are that expensive, even though they are. The interiors in them are lovely and everything, and I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I would love that as a daily car. A45 are awesome, but I didn't want a hatchback. I don't think hatchbacks are good enough to really warrant the money that they cost, and I don't think they'll get the attention that you want from them. And I think having a hatchback, no one really looks, but with something that's got a nice big coupe body like that, more people are going to be interested, more people are going to see it, and it's going to have a lot more road presence.
And all I cares about is people looking.
And all I care about is people looking at me, mate. Of course, by the how I justified buying the GTR section of this, really, isn't it? BMW M4 V6 sounds awful, looks like a regular 4 Series with a few little aero tweaks on it. No one cares, not enough road presence, and they're slow. Well, to be fair, my perception of slow has now been warped a little bit, but they're not blisteringly fast. Next car is Aston Martin Vantage. Equally, it could have been a DB9. Far too classy, mate. Far too subdued.
Yeah.
Mercedes C63 AMG. Now, this could have been anything from 2012 through the revamped facelift in 2016, but it wasn't just a facelift, because I think in 2015, you know the new C63S? I'm pretty sure the 2015 to 16 C63s have the 4 litre V8, not the 6.3 litre with the 2 turbochargers. So that's what Paul's got actually. His one's a 4 litre by turbocharged V8, which is quite interesting.
Smell that shit.
Which is quite interesting, but I'd probably have to get an older one with the 6.3 litre V8. Fuel economy would have been absurdly bad. I reckon Chris probably gets worse fuel economy than that, to be honest. Final one that was just sort of put on the list is Ford Focus RS. They've had a lot of problem with the head gaskets blowing on them. I love the aesthetic of them. They sound cool for a 4-cylinder. They've got a lot of cool features like the drift control, the launch control. They're a really cool car. First problem is I don't really fit in the seats. The Recaros in them are incredibly tight, not adjustable, and I'm a rather fat gentleman. So that kind of put me off them a bit, and it's just mainly the issues they were having. And again, it's a hatchback, doesn't have the presence on the road, doesn't look like a supercar. Well, it isn't a supercar. Well, that thing actually is. That's sort of everything. Obviously, there are a load of other options in there, like Caterhams I could have got, or an Ariel Atom for that price, or a obviously second hand, or there's loads of little cool quirky cars I could have got. But I think in terms of it being moderately practical, as in air conditioning, a roof, a big boot, it's a road car. With that performance, there's just nothing that touches the R35 DBA GTR, which is why I went for it. But vote down below which one you'd have gone for, and we can see what the community thinks I should have done with the money. If there's any other options you think you should have picked, leave it in the comments below, because there's a lot of money. There's a lot of cars in the below 50 grand price bracket we could have gone for. but I think the DBA GTR was the way to go.
Breitling Naviton at 8.
Oh shit! Oh, it scares the fuck out of me, this car. Oh my god. just be careful because there's some angry residents right here, like that woman.
Oh yes.
Just as soon as you.
Oh my! Oh, that's mint. I fucking love that. How much was that?
Money.
Meanwhile, I've got my little tacky Gucci on.
Tacky Gucci.
What is that? Fucking GTR and a Gucci. I couldn't move a yob if I tried, could I? So this is Toby. He is getting the new caterer, and more excitingly, we're actually being followed by an R35 GTR right now. It's an 08 to 11 specs. It's a piece of shit, really. But yeah, it's still a fucking GTR. So you know, but which is pretty cool. Cause I've never actually convoyed with a GTR before. This ship's so much faster in race mode. But yeah, anyway, this gentleman here is getting a Caterham 7, 2003, but it's just been registered apparently. And we're going to go pick it up now. It should be pretty cool. This guy in the back has got he's called Ben, he's got a man-tuned, is it a Fiesta ST?
Yes.
Fiesta ST. There we go. So yeah! But he has just bought a £6 grand Breitling, which is probably worth more than his car. But I guess we've all got priorities. I'm happy with my tacky little Gucci with a GTR. That's the dream. But anyway, it should be pretty cool. I've never actually really gotten up close with the Caterham before, so it could be pretty interesting.
Like this, isn't it?
Oh, mate, yeah, but if you get any on the Recaro, you can pay for a £2 grand aspect valet.
2 grand. Oh my god! That actually upsets me.
Oh, there's nothing that makes me smile as much as this car. That was an absolutely crazy convoy. For a start, we had another R35. It was the original, probably a 2009-ish it looked, especially by the paint colour, because that sort of dark colour was very popular in 2009. But we convoyed down, and now we're going to be convoying back because Toby's picking up the Caterham 7. Now, it is a 2003 1.6. It's got roughly 120 brake horsepower, and what's cool about it is it's rear-wheel drive. Obviously, it's got the roll cage in it, and it just looks absolutely ridiculous. We're hoping, as you can tell by the sky, that it doesn't rain, because driving back in that thing, if it's wet, would be hell on earth. But Toby's got a hoodie with him, so he'll be just fine, you know, fingers crossed. At least I've got, you know, a nice climate control system and like double the horsepower. But let's have a look at this watch, bro. Let's have a look at this watch.
Do you want one of your cars?
Oh, gee, yes. Is that your car?
Oh, it's pretty nice.
It's only 60 grand if you want to buy it, mate.
That's 60.
Yeah, look at this watch. Look at this. This looks absolutely mint. So this guy's just picked up a... What Breitling is it?
It's the Naviton 8.
Naviton 8.
Yeah.
That is mint. Absolutely lovely. It's titanium.
I've got no idea.
It looks
But
awesome.
It's
anyway,
pretty naughty.
whatever it is very naughty, mate. That watch is amazing, but I would love a Breitling. A Breitling was sort of what I wanted as my next watch, but alas, I've got this and I can't even afford food. So let's hope we've got enough petrol in the tank to get me home, because I'm feeling exceptionally poor today. This is what Toby's going to look like in about 20 minutes. This is an exclusive tour of the...
This is a pretty exclusive tour, yeah.
This is awesome.
This is the wide, that wide SV one that I was saying about.
Which one? That one?
This grey one here, SV
Grey one.
Cat, one of my
Oh,
favourites.
see, like, actually, it still looks quite tight, but I might be able to fit in that one. I try getting in. Try it. Oh god, bro, you got to hold the camera. Point it at me. Right. So I literally didn't fit in Toby's one at all. So this is a tennis number 2 in a, was this an SV, which is apparently a wider fitting. So hopefully I'll actually squeeze in this one without dying. Yes, that fits. I'm comfortable. My legs are a bit big, but I'm in.
That's the wide boy.
But can you get
This is sick, mate. I like this. Can I get how good do I look trying to get out of it? The requirement of being able to tricep dip is compulsory to buy a catering by the looks of it. You've got to have meaty arms, mate, especially if you're a fat one like me. Ooh, I found my favourite car. They're all talking about the Caterhams and other really cool race cars in here, but you all know what I'm walking over to. The coolest thing in the room, which in my opinion, while the Caterham SV that I fitted in was quite cool, this 64 plate Huracan 610-4, that is absolutely mint. Oh my god. So this has got the standard wheels, it's Bianco something or other. You have also a matching interior with the branding pack and contrast stitching, as well as red brake calipers. I'm not too sure on the rims, but other than that, this spec is absolutely mega. Love it, love it, love it. I've been informed that this is a Westfield FW400. Looks absolutely sick. The exhaust manifold on the side looks ridiculous. Really nice paint finish on it. Toby's laughing at me vlogging because he's never been out with me vlogging before. What? Yeah, look at this. This Muppet just bought a Caterham. But anyway, this thing is awesome. Love it. Let's start the convoy back and see what it's like convoying with a Caterham 7. How was your first drive then, Toby?
We're still alive, so...
Yeah, I did a nice overtake on a Merc behind me to keep up. Now, while it has been ages since I filmed either of those clips because I'm super organised, actually I've just been really busy, but it's been ages since I filmed either of those clips. They were two pretty special days. Number one, obviously you can vote down below, but I think I purchased the right car considering my rather stretched budget. I've still got the TT at the moment, as you can see. I've taxed and reinsured that for another month. But I personally think for the amount of money I spent, I bought the right car. And I've also found out that Caterhams are sick. I still haven't had a chance to ride in it yet, but I don't really fit. So hopefully the passenger seat will be a little more spacious, because the actual driver's seat was far too small for a man of my stature. Or diet rather. Anyway, I will see you guys very soon with more awesome content. If you like what you've seen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my latest content, which should be a video every week, give or take. And I will see you guys in the next one. Additionally, all my social media is down in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.